What's up, VC? This is Andre Lindeleg, here to do a very quick video, a music room tour video. So let's get started. This right here is a Jimi Hendrix Record Store Day poster. First saw this when I went to visit a record store in Columbia, South Carolina, called Papa Jazz. It was in their front window. And I'm a big Hendrix fan, just had to have it, scoured the internet and found it, framed it, and it's been on my wall for a few years now. All right, the next thing is a 1976 Gottlieb wedgehead pinball machine. Besides collecting records, I really like to collect stuff that brings me back to my childhood, and I grew up playing pinball machines. This one I got from a guy out in Utah. He restores these machines. Had it flown to Greenville, South Carolina, and picked it up there. The next thing is my collection of pinup magazines. I've been a big fan of pinup art for a while. I remember when I was little, my father took me with him to a auto parts store, and behind the counter was a pinup calendar, and I just couldn't keep my eyes off of it, and that's probably where all this started from. But these magazines here have some really good age, and just had to display them. All right, the next thing is my lounge chair that I sit in to listen to music. This is a table that I keep some stuff on. That right there is a vintage restored Steelcraft 1930s pull toy. It reminds me of Led Zeppelin. I'm a huge fan of Led Zeppelin. That right there is Led Zeppelin's very first program. I found this about 2 years ago at my local record shop. That is a sealed copy of Led Zeppelin 3, reel to reel. And the next thing I have on this table, size 13 Frankenstein Eddie Van Halen high tops that I bought about a year before his passing. The next thing is a Coca-Cola 10-cent machine. I purchased this from a guy out in Texas. I've had it for a while. Everything has been restored inside. All the compressors and everything are brand new, and also the liner. That right there is an original Nipper, the RCA mascot. I collect Tobacco-Cana, and this is a cigar store Indian that my wife purchased for me for Christmas about 2 years ago. She got it from a guy out in Alabama. I collect cigar store Indians. I have a few, but this one by far is my favorite because it's so hard to find. All right, the next thing is a vintage Maxell advertising poster. I grew up buying Maxell blank tapes and burning music off the radio. Right there are some of my records. They're all original. All right, the next thing I have are my speakers. I purchased these last year when I built this system. This system is new for me. I really wanted some quality, nice vintage speakers. So I went with the JBL L100s. They're the Centuries. really nice shape. Next thing is a vintage Michelin tires air compressor topper. And those are some vintage tin oil cans. I collect oil cans, but they have to be tin and they have to be full. I don't like the empty cans. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of what I have. All right, the next thing is my receiver. It's a Sansui 5000A. Puts out about 85 watts per channel. When I bought it, it did not have the wooden case, and I really wanted a wooden case. It took me a while to find one, but I found one that was actually new old stock. So happy to have that. The next thing is a vintage 1930s Alba cigarette advertising poster. I actually got this from a guy in Orlando, Florida. Really happy to have that. All right, the next thing is my turntable. It is a Denon DP57L. And I got this turntable from a guy that goes by the name of Captain Mark. I don't know if anyone has heard of him, but he restores these vintage turntables, and I'm here to tell you he does an amazing job. So good to the point where I've actually bought two, not the same model, but two turntables from him. So I'm real happy to have that. The next thing is, this is the other speaker. The speaker stands I just purchased last week. They are so hard to find. They go with the JBL 100 speakers. Just got those in, happy to have those. Before that, I had them on the carpet. And the last thing I have is my collection of box sets. I really don't do box sets. This is all that I have. Probably once this piece of furniture is filled, that's probably where I'll stop. It's actually a vintage magazine rack that I got from a doctor's office here in Augusta. So that's it. I plan on doing about 2 or 3 more of these. This isn't everything that I have. I have 3 more stereo systems that I have in the house. The next one I'll show is the Macintosh system that I put together last year. Until then, peace.